How much do you think it costs to be a creator in 2024? $100 a month, $200 a month, $500 a month, $1,000 a month? Well, today I'm going to go over just that. How much it costs monthly and yearly in fixed and variable costs. And this is in my 8th year full-time doing video, 5th year with my own business. My name's Jared from Union Creative, and for clarity, these costs are as of filming, which is February 2024. And this is the cost for running a company that is just me. I did have one other person for a bit last year, which these prices are going off of. As well, the variable costs are going to be rough or like close enough numbers, but I'm going to keep it rounded for privacy reasons. Now let's get into it. What am I going to be including in the variable and the fixed costs, and what they are, and what is included in them? So I'll start off with the variable costs. These are going to be things that change month to month. So some months I use, say, subcontractors a lot, and sometimes I don't. As well, things like Cubicasa, the program I use to do my floor plans for realtors, that is a set amount per scan, but I change the amount of scans I do every month, so that's a variable one as well. Other things in those variable costs are things like cameras, microphones, the lighting equipment, the computer I use. Those are things that, 1 year I'll buy a computer and then the next I won't. Next, fixed costs. So what are these? These are things like insurance, your different subscriptions, your banking, your accounting every year, stuff like that. So those are the things that month on month don't change, and that is whether I work or not, they are coming out of my wallet no matter what. All right, so what are some of my fixed costs, you might ask? Well, I'm going to go over what is monthly, how much it costs in Canadian dollars, and I will put the USD amount at the bottom just for anyone that is American. So in this list, I have 18 different items. Now, that is crazy now when I think about it. That's a lot of money. Just even if I don't have work coming in, those are things I still have to pay for, which is very daunting. So number one, Adobe Creative Cloud, which is 78 Canadian dollars a month. So that is for my editing software, for video, photo, some Photoshop in there as well. I use Media Encoder and After Effects a decent amount as well. So I get a lot of use out of it, and it's really the backbone of my business, but it's a lot of money. And I know a lot of people complain about it, and a lot of people shy away and they go to DaVinci and stuff like that. I do have DaVinci, but that came with a camera that I bought. And I don't want to switch fully over to it yet. So Adobe Creative Cloud, it's necessary. If I wanted to cost cut, I could maybe cost cut with Adobe, but I don't think I'll be doing that anytime soon. So next up, number two, I have Artlist.io, which is big in this space for music licensing and sound effects. I've been using that for, I think this is my 2nd year. It's pretty good. I kind of need it for everyday use for all the real estate videos I do and all the corporate stuff. There's a good selection of music. I find it's one of the best with some of the best quality music. I know MusicBed is even better, but the cost is way up. But Artlist.io is $32 a month Canadian. Third up, same company is Artgrid.io, which that is the high quality stock footage. I used to use it a lot more with a past client of mine that I did monthly stock videos for them. I don't have that anymore. I split this with a friend, so he pays for half of it once a year. But this one is more expensive, but it is very, very valuable. Even using it for some of these videos, just getting some drone shots that I don't have. It's very useful, but that one is $79 Canadian a month. Another one I just switched to, which is Dropbox, which Dropbox, I love it. Some annoying things with it, but I kind of need it. When I send all my stuff to my clients to finish work, I use Dropbox. It's pretty easy. I can use it in the Finder on my Mac, which is super handy. But yeah, kind of necessary. I don't need the really big plan. I think I have 3 terabytes, which that plan is $26 Canadian a month. Next up, you might ask why I'm using this if I have Dropbox, but I use WeTransfer. I used to use it. That's how I sent all my stuff to my clients. But now I use it basically just for sending my photos to my photo editor. WeTransfer is $13.50 Canadian a month. Next up, one of the most unnecessary ones I have right now, Again, Dropbox has this feature, but I just haven't gone into how to use it yet, is PandaDoc, which I use for signing contracts, especially with my wedding couples and my corporate clients. This one's really big, but it costs a lot for such a simple, annoying little program is PandaDoc. That is $25 a month Canadian just to sign some documents. Don't know why it's that much. Dropbox is that much, and you get a lot more value and actual like storage server space. I don't know why PandaDoc is this much. For some reason, all those document signing ones are a lot. Maybe they think you're making big money off these contracts that you're getting signed, but who knows? Ridiculously expensive, I find, $25 a month. We're going to go a little quicker through these now, but an essential one that I use is Monday.com. I use that for all my project tracking and my content planning for this YouTube channel. It's really handy. It's kind of expensive, but it's very useful, and the automations are really handy, automatically sending emails, and when I get leads from Facebook for my wedding videos, automatically goes in there. I can send out emails. Really useful. That one, last year I had 2 seats on it, so that is $23 Canadian per seat per month, but this year I've gone back down to 1 when it's just me, so saved a little bit there. Next up, Calendly. That I use for all my meetings booking, and all my realtors use that to book shoots with me. Have it set up really well that they fill out their forms, they find the time that works with me, book through there. Super handy. That is $21 Canadian per month. Next up, kind of an essential one, cell phone. I have 2 lines on my phone, one personal, one business. That one, I know for both lines I'm paying like $80 a month, but for my work number with Bell in Canada with 50 gigs of data a month, it is $50 Canadian. Next one, Wix.com. I host 2 websites on Wix. My personal, like this one, Union Creative, and then I have my wedding film one as well. That per site for premium is $36 Canadian a month, so times that by 2, I'm paying a lot of money, $72 Canadian for Wix a month. Plus, I don't know exactly, but I know my domain is like $20 a year or something for a couple of years. My lights just changed. Don't mind that. Yeah, so Wix, good amount every month, but I need it, and it's okay to work with. Next up, for some social posts and some easy online stuff, I use Canva. That is $12.50 Canadian per month. Next up, Google Suite. I have 2 different emails with the Google Suite, again, for my wedding video and for Union Creative, this. Those are each $15 a month. Comes with a little bit of storage, Gmail, that kind of stuff. I find it very useful. I like it more than Microsoft's offerings, so I stick with that. Next up, for some planning and pre-production stuff, is what I use for these videos, Milanote. That's getting really popular with creatives for pre-production and just storyboarding, mood boards, all that kind of stuff. I like to use it more this year, especially with some of the more monthly content going on and some more of the vision boards, but yeah, we'll see. That Milanote is $13.50 Canadian a month. Next up, we're getting towards the bottom of the list now. I host all my videos on here and use it for review, is Vimeo. Vimeo I like more than YouTube. It's a little bit more professional. I find the videos, I don't know if it's a real thing or not, but the videos seem to be better quality. But for me, I use that to send my videos, my drafts to clients where they can leave timestamp notes, and I find that super handy. Some people still use email responses back with timecode. I like Vimeo, and it's pretty good. I forget which account level I have, but I know that's $24 Canadian per month. One of the most important things, I have my accountant who does my taxes at the end of the year. He bills me once at the end of the year to file. I have a couple meetings with him throughout the year. So I just pay once at the end of the year, but split up into months. That comes out to $50 per month, or roughly $850 for the year in Canadian dollars. So that is that. So, how close is your guess for fixed costs? The total being $550 roughly. Just in case I forgot anything, our prices change. It's roughly $500 a month for me to have my business, even though I'm not guaranteed any shoots. Is it higher than you thought? Is it less than you thought? Let me know. Now, another thing that you may not think of is variable costs. These ones aren't as daunting, I find, because for me to be paying for these, that means someone hired me to do a shoot and I'm getting paid for that service, which then I'm paying for along. That's part of doing business. So I wanted to go over some of these and go over the amounts. So these ones are variable prices for 2023, what I paid for the entire year. So these are for the year, and I'll break down on the screen what they are per month. Cubicasa, again, that's when I mentioned at the beginning. I use it to get the floor plans for the realtors. That's what I like to use. It works out really handy. It's a great service if you want to use it. That I spent over $10,000 last year on Cubicasa, which is a lot. If you go down how much it costs and everything per scan, it's a lot of scans, but it also was a great feature to be able to offer to clients, worth every penny. Next up, subcontractors. So sometimes I have friends of mine that, if I'm double booked or I'm busy, second shooter for a wedding, and my photo editor, the cost for the year in 2023, that cost me over $26,000, which it's a lot, but it's the cost of doing business. And I took a lot of the work. I edit all the stuff myself, the videos. This would be a lot more if that was not the case. Another thing I talked about at the beginning, but I'll mention again, the costs for cameras, microphones, lights, stuff like that, and computers. The computers, I have a separate one. This computer I bought last year for $5,500. It's a lot, but newest one, it'll last me 3-4 years before I have to replace it again. So you break it down, that's roughly $1,000 a year, $100 a month just in computer costs. Got a little sidetracked there, but the number for the cameras, lenses, lights, and stuff, I set aside roughly $15,000 a year for that. So that's on the high end, but again, if I put the bar up there, I can then spend some allocated money towards other things, but yeah, that's roughly that cost. Another really important one for creators and people that make videos is hard drives. I can expect to spend about $1,000 a year in hard drives. I usually wait until the end of the year, Boxing Day, stuff like that. You get some pretty good deals on hard drives. A little life hack from me to you. They're usually $150, $200 off. So some good chunk of change coming off, but maybe that'll help. I also just got a NAS, which I'm making a little video about. So maybe that'll make that a little bit cheaper, but we'll see. So to wrap it up, to go over everything I just talked about, yeah, it's $550 a month is what I spend to operate my business, whether I do any work or not. So that is roughly $6,600 a year. That's in fixed costs, all my subscriptions. The rest of the costs, totaling my costs out of my pocket to operate my business for the year, is roughly $65,000. Now, it's a crazy amount, but I fortunately am quite busy with work. I've never really had a shortage of it. It's a blessing to me. I love being able to provide the service I do to all my wonderful clients, but yeah, it costs a little bit, but it's part of the job, and yeah, if you love what you do, it all makes it a little bit better. So keep this in mind next time someone offers you a free video or something. It's not even free, it's costing the creator money. You pay good money for good creators, for the professionalism, not just the gear and stuff like that. So there's a lot of different things to take into account with video production and photography, this space. So yeah, if you get a good price, be very, very, very grateful when someone wants to do something for cheap for you. And you creators, don't make this too daunting. Break it down. To do one shoot for $500 every month it's a good chunk of work, but it can be done pretty easy. If you really want it, you can achieve that. So keep that in mind. a lot of these things you don't have to have right off the hop. There's more budget options or different ways of doing it. So keep that in mind. Until next time, if you have any questions, reach out to me on Instagram, Union Creative Niagara, dots in between, put it on screen. Go to my website, you can fill out a form there, ask any questions, or leave a comment here. And yeah, I'll be in touch. Thanks for watching, and talk next time. Peace.